Okay, YouTubers, today we are going to be evaluating and debunking a very tough video today. I could have really simply took some screenshots and some photos and kind of went over that myself and kind of had some letters to write down, but clearly I don't have the time to do that right now. But technically I'm just gonna do this as fast as possible. Okay, so basically we're gonna be debunking CBR and 10 anime villains that Goku can't beat without Ultra Instinct. First of all, we're gonna stick with Goku's common basis power. We already have it that whatever he trains at his base form and he goes Super Saiyan, he multiply that. And I've also told you, right, that we already have it that everybody in the Dragon Ball Z universe fight at a Planck scale. And this is fighting at a Planck scale is the fastest speed ever recorded in science. As far as it's one of the smallest and fastest speed spare with me. The fastest speed recorded in science is on the Planck scale. So, and clearly the Z fighters in the Dragon Ball Z universe can fight actually on a Planck scale. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna be debunking all of the characters they put him up against and saying that he can't beat them without Ultra Instinct. So and I don't know why they said that, but I have a lot going on today, so I'm gonna go over this as quick as possible. In my next video I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of what I missed in this video. Okay, so basically we're gonna scroll all the way down. That's one of the guys to number 10. Her name is Kagaya Atatsuki. Okay, I didn't mean to kind of butcher her name right here, but it says that she's basically a god herself in the Naruto universe. And being a god herself means that, you know, a divine god means that she has all the capabilities and all of the capabilities, powers, the powers, capabilities, and prowess of a literal god. Okay, so and because of this thing called the chakra fruit she's eaten, has basically pretty much even emptied her powers even more. But it says she has a long, seemingly never-ending list of powers and abilities of her arsenal, which basically mean that she ate that fruit and made her even more powerful. So in this case, that she's pretty much a god in the Naruto universe. Now I don't know if they haven't confirmed that that she destroys planets, or that she freaking, you know, has any chakra that basically wipes out entire solar systems. But it just says that she has powers like a divine, like a god. So pretty much in the Naruto universe, she's technically a god, and everything that they do, it can't be fees to her. So they said because she has this power and ability, as far as speed, as far as strength wise, as far as telepathy, she's pretty much a god in the Naruto universe. But considering the fact about Goku, as I told you guys from the beginning, at Goku's base form, right? I just basically said this. At his base form, right? If he trained at the strength of the universe and he goes Super Saiyan, that power multiplies, let alone Kaioken. So when you understand this lady basically, she has limits, okay? And her limits, okay, let's just say, let's give it a highball. She's limitless, okay? And because of all of her powers and her capabilities, they go to an extent of her power. They go to an extent. So if she's universal, in this case, if she's universal, then she's one of the strongest girls in her universe. But compared to Goku, she's pretty much nothing. Because in this case, Goku beats her at his base form, because once he goes Super Saiyan, he multiplies that power. So he's way ahead of her. He's way ahead of her. He's literally way ahead of her. it's almost like putting him up against Superman. Like, because that Goku can multiply whatever he trained his base power with, puts him way above Superman. Like, he is way above her. And so that means, as far as her telepath, her speed, her physical feats, has no comparison to Goku whatsoever. So in this first fight, Goku dominates this girl at base form. Now we're gonna scroll down to the second character. Okay, phone kind of got frozen right there. Okay, so this guy, number 9, is Ryuk, a supernatural god. So in this case, we're talking about Light in the Death Note. So pretty much all this guy has to do is just write Goku's name down in the write his name down, and Goku dies. But if you really pay attention to what this guy says, it says that this guy that made this post said that it said anything that the book could not affect people, or he wasn't sure that if the book had not said anything about affecting non-humans or anybody that isn't human at all. But in this case, we're going to give it a highball. Let's just say that him writing Goku's name down affects him, right? In this case, if you really, let's understand how Death Note works. So pretty much in the Dragon Ball Z franchise, Goku had cancer and he was dying of cancer and everything, and he actually did die because of it. But in this case, if he was to write basically Goku's name down, well, again, in this universe, we're dealing with Kai. And basically, Kai is a energetical force that basically lives inside Goku. And not only that it multiplies, they actually even have the power to feel energy when it comes toward them. They got the power to actually feel energy and sense it. So he even beats the top character because, let's just say she's, I mean, we already had that. He's times that power. But anyways, so he basically can feel whatever power is coming toward him in this case scenario. So if he were to basically fight this guy or come across the Death Note, he'll slaughter him because, once again, everybody in the Dragon Ball Z universe fight on a Planck scale, and they can fight faster than that. And a Planck scale, again, is one of the fastest recording speed, the fastest speed in the universe of science, period. So clearly, this guy is beaten. This guy is easily beaten. Okay, so at Goku's base form, without even trying, he basically slaps Light, like just pushes him out of the way. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down. All the way to number 8. The Truth is a God. So I really haven't known anything about this guy, but we're just gonna read through this one. Okay, so he said he can be debated that he's not an actual villain or whatnot, whatever. But okay, so it says that, okay, so pretty much the truth is this God in the Full Metal Alchemist, as at least the antagonist making the protagonist live a little harder. So basically, he's pretty much the God of the Full Metal Alchemist, as I just said, and he pretty much, from what it looks like, is basically the controller of every protagonist in the actual series. Like, literally, I mean, this guy's unbelievable. But, and it also says that he's pretty much an omnipotent, and Goku would not be able to fight this guy unless he goes Ultra Instinct. So once again, the fastest speed. Okay, we're gonna talk about the idea of size. If anything is bigger than the idea of size, excuse the motorcycle in the background, if there's anything in the universe, right, that's bigger than the idea of size, as far as the, in the earlier debate, well, in the earlier video that I put, that the idea, if there's anything is bigger than the idea of size, means it's immeasurable. And you can't measure it because it's immeasurable. It's beyond the idea of size. Like being outside of creation itself. it's like pretty much like you're way beyond creation, and pretty much you can't be affected. But in this case, in this case, we're pretty much dealing with this guy having the power to basically control the protagonist in his universe. He really don't give Goku much of a challenge because, as I told you from the beginning, the DBZ characters fight on a Planck scale, dude. Their lowest speed of fighting is past light speed. So if they were going to get any faster, they go at a Planck scale. And if Goku even trains even more, he's even more faster than that. Way more faster than that. So just because of the sake of speed, he beats this guy. Well, it didn't say anything about him having, his power, or, it didn't say anything about this guy having speed or anything. But in this case, Goku beats him because of, he has the potential to get stronger. He has the potential to even multiply his power, while this guy is just a god who basically controls protagonists and pretty much doesn't increase his powers. So in this case, like I said again, if he has the strength and ability of the entire universe, Goku can train at the feet of the universe and multiply that power when he goes Super Saiyan. So in this case, multiplying his Kai means he multiplies his strength, his speed, and his telepath power. I mean, clearly, everything about him becomes even the existence of God itself. So in this case, Goku wipes this guy with no problem in his base form. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down. Okay, to number 7, Meruem. Okay, and they said Merum's strength and intellect shouldn't be underestimated. Okay, and this, I have any idea about this guy, but it says in his terms of appearance would not look out of a place. Dragon Ball Z Pyre. Okay, so what was the, okay, he's born with unfathomable, whatever this word is, excuse me, didn't mean to butcher the word, but this guy's born with, unfathomable strength and intellect, level beyond anything the average human could possibly understand. And in this case, this guy he was born with the power of intellectualism. He was born with the power, with the physical strength, pretty much like Hercules. In this case, Hercules was born to be a god. So at that seat, because he's born to be a god, like, I mean, you can't beat this guy. But again, like I told you, if this guy was born with the strength of the universe, alright, if he was born with the strength of the universe and the power and the intellect of the universe, as far as martial arts goes, Goku destroys him. In this case, Goku literally destroys him, because I just told you, if Goku trains his base power at the universe and goes Super Saiyan, he multiplies that power, let alone Kaioken. Let alone Kaioken. If Goku wanted to, just to test how strong this guy is, he'll just pretty much play around with him. So this guy isn't all that good. This guy isn't all that good. Now, he may be a fight for, what's his name? He may be a fight for Superman. He may possibly be a fight, a good fight for Brainiac. But Goku, no. Goku basically overpowered at least 3 of the characters that I went over, if I'm correct. At least over 3 of the characters I just went over. In this case, because Goku can multiply his power, these are the things that these people are seeming to forget, that Saiyans can multiply their power. So if you put them on a god level, literally, I don't care what Toriyama says, if you put Goku on a god level, he can multiply that. Like, come on, bro. This guy is way beyond. We all know that Goku's dumb and he isn't smart, but when it comes to hand-to-hand combat and martial arts, he's literally a god to that. And he can multiply that power, multiply his capabilities. I mean, he's done. This guy is just wiped off at Goku's base form power. At Goku's base power. And I'm not even going to put him against weakest Goku, because okay, let's find the weakest form of him. It wouldn't make any sense, because now that we got Goku at his best, generally, we're talking about Goku generally. At this case, if Goku ever got to knowing how strong he was at his weakest, Goku will probably even max out to him. He literally max out with this guy and dance with him, let alone the doggone, let alone him counting on Kaioken. I mean, literally, because Goku can multiply his power, he got this guy beat. This guy can't multiply any of his powers. Yeah, he can get stronger. Yeah, he can learn more and get any better, but he can't, like, pretty much like Goku. As far as his physical capabilities, he can get stronger, but he can't multiply that. So in this case, if Goku is 5 times stronger, if Goku's 5 times stronger and he goes Super Saiyan, he's 5 times more stronger. Because he's like times 50 in Super Saiyan, he's 50 times more stronger. Like, this guy got him beat. Okay, so I got some stuff to do, guys. So in this case, Itachi, Uchiha could break Goku's mind, but as far as on a telepath level, I mean, you gotta understand, Goku has telepath as well. And in this case, if Uchiha was thinking about getting into his mind, it wouldn't work. It'll break his mind instead. Because literally going into any Saiyan's mind, going into a Saiyan's mind, I discussed this earlier in the video, going into a Saiyan's mind, especially a Super Saiyan, going into their mind will be like going into the literal mind of a god. And because he has powers of destruction, because Goku can blow up solar systems, destroy planets, it'll be too much to like get into. And again, getting into his mind will even process a lot of physical power. Well, actually, a lot of physical compression against Uchiha's mind. And when it does that, it'll squash him. Because not just Goku's, any Saiyan's mind is just literally too powerful. Literally too powerful to get into. That's just like the minute you walk in Goku's house, you basically feel 500,000 planets just squashing you because of the Kai that runs in his body. Again, the Kai that runs in Goku's body runs into his mind as well. So getting in his mind will be like going into a mind of a ticking time bomb. And like literally, like going into his mind, and on top of that, if Goku even fights against this guy in his mind, he'll squash him. It'll be too much power, especially when he resists. So as far as controlling Goku, breaking him in his mind will shatter Uchiha. It's too much power. It's too much power, okay? It's too much power for him to go through. So you have to look. In order to be a telepath, you have to go in somebody's mind, right? And read their minds and pretty much kind of squash their minds, making them like a vegetable. In this case, going into Goku's mind, of all he's done, of all he's destroyed, will overwhelm Uchiha and pretty much bring him to his composure. In this case, Uchiha faints or possibly pass out or probably gets destroyed himself because of the power and the things that Goku has done, especially the powerful enemies that he has fought. It's too much power. It's too much mentally. It's literally too much power to process. Too much power to process. Destroying a solar system. Understanding the Saiyan's powers. Like literally, this will squash Uchiha. So this is nothing, again, compared to somebody that multiplies their physical, mental, and literal state of being. Act Super Saiyan. So this is too much for Uchiha to go through. Okay, I got 16%. So we're gonna go down, yeah, and pretty much he defeats him at his base. At his base. All for One could steal Goku's power. Now I know about All for One, right? And pretty much All for One could basically take multiple powers from people and use it of his own. Again, in this case, he can't take Goku's power. Okay, even if he was to absorb the Saiyan and this power, he'd have the power and capability of it. Even if he think that he could, even if All for One thinks that he could, you know, multiply the power that he has on top of what he stole from Goku, it'll be too much power. It'll burst him. It'll burst All For One. All For One was not known for destroying, taking the powers of those who basically can destroy planets or solar systems. Let's just give it a highball. Let's just say he can. Still, in this case, Goku will pretty much use Kaioken against this guy. He'll literally use Kaioken. Like, okay, let's just compare the miracle water, right? Well, actually, the water that swallowed Vegeta up and took all their powers and abilities, you know, that's a flaw. That's literally a flaw. Toriyama did that for money. That's a flaw. Ain't no way that could actually happen. But anyways, like I'm gonna debunk that later in the video. But anyways, All For One, there's a limit of power that he could take and pretty much absorb from other people. If he absorbed the power of the sand, let's just say that he gives a highball. Whatever he has to train his base power in, okay, that'll be the form of his power. So let's just say that he took everybody's power on top of Goku's power, right? In this case, he'll only be strong in the form he took in the power. He doesn't have the power to transform and change. Well, let's say it gave him the power to transform and change. He will only have that power at that transformation. Goku has multiple transformations, bro. Multiple transformations. And One For All is just pretty much, this power is just basically one power alone itself. Goku has layers and layers of power. This being absorbed into one person's mind or physical capabilities because they're not a Saiyan themselves will implode themselves. All For One will be destroyed because it's too much. It's too much power for him to absorb. Goku punched this guy. Goku defeats this guy. Goku literally defeats this guy with one punch. He just beat this guy with one punch. And freaking he fought One For All, well, All For One fought All Might and got beaten by All Might. If that's the case, he should have took his power. But it's only so much he could do, bro. I mean, it's impossible. This power is too great for All For One. It's literally too powerful. It's literally too much power to take. And if he does that, if you know that if the Kai, from using all of their energy, the Kai will overheat in the Saiyan's body. And when it overheats, the Saiyan blows up. They die, they blow up. Like I said again, a Saiyan is also like a ticking time bomb. These guys, if you use so much power, all of his power in his body, because he hasn't physically trained the power that he has stole in him, even if he had the capabilities, because this is the point about being a Saiyan. Let's say he's a Saiyan and he overcharges his power, or he uses all of his power. The Saiyan in his body, the Kai in his body is going to overheat itself. And because of all Goku has done, all Goku has did, he would not be able to obtain that power. So no, the reason why he could steal everybody else's power, because it's a portion of it. He's still like a portion of it. No, let's just say he's still all of the powers. All of the powers. None of those powers is compared to actually destroying the freaking universe. Nothing is compared to that. If that power gets in his body, if he steals that power from Goku, it'll destroy him. It'll literally destroy him. At least the smallest percentage will be enough for All For One. It'll be enough. Let's say he steals a small percentage of the power and only enough to fight Goku. Goku don't even need to go Super Saiyan. He can even increase his power at base form. Literally, he can increase his power at base form. When he maxes his power at base form, he's pretty much, in this case, let's just say Goku mastered Super Saiyan 2. In this case, a scenario. That means training his base form has reached the Super Saiyan 2. He could drop his base form power in Super Saiyan, or drop his base form power at Namek level, and let freaking All For One take that power and increase that power and use it against him. He'd leave All For One confused. And if he wanted to, like he did with that thing that ate all of Goku's power in Dragon Ball Z, he swallowed all his Kai. Goku raged so much, all that Kai went inside that frog's or whatever that being's body and basically blew him up because it was too powerful. It was too much power, and Goku had plenty of power. So in case All For One wants to take all of that power, Goku will give it right to him just to see him blow in a million freaking pieces. Goku is too powerful. And even at this base form, if he even trains more and more and more, it increases more the power and more the pride. So in this case, if All For One thinks about sitting down and doesn't training, he's only going to have that amount of power he took from Goku. But if he ever trains or work out with it, it'll increase, but instead it'll be too much power for him to use. In fact, it will even destroy him. Because if you're going to steal power from a Saiyan, you may as well take their DNA. And according to this, he's going to have to steal somebody's power that steals DNA and then go to Goku. And then he's going to have to train that power. Because if he doesn't, that power again is going to overheat and it's going to blow. But generally, there'll be no way possible. If he steals his power, it'd be too much for All For One. In fact, it'll even destroy him. Goku can read the movements. I told you, like the fastest speed is faster than light. They fight on a Planck scale. I mean, this guy's a joke to freaking Goku. Goku will flick this guy out. Literally out. He flicked this guy out. Spit on him and just take him out. So, no. As far as stealing Goku's power, this guy slaps him at hhis weakest form, at Namek level. At his weakest level. Below Namek level. And just pretty much beat him. And just pretty much beat him with no problem. So in this case, Goku stumps this guy. Alright? Now, we're going to Dio Brando. And they're saying that this guy might, they're not saying he is, he might be as physically strong as Goku. So basically they're saying he's equally the same. And from the looks of it, this guy pretty much looks like a vampire. So let's read his capabilities. I got 14%. I gotta go through this real fast. Okay. Tallest, one of the best in the series, one of his own merit. He could probably match Goku in terms of pure strength, but once he dons the stone mask, he becomes entirely a different animal, literally. This might not be an animal that Goku could beat. So they're not stating. So from the looks of it, this guy's like a vampire. And for the sake of the conversation, let's just say he matches Goku's strength. Let's just say he matches Goku's general base form, and let's just say Goku's base form maxes out the Super Saiyan 4. Okay, so when he becomes an animal, let's just say that matches Super Saiyan. Okay, so Goku could just use Kaioken. Goku could just use Kaioken and slap the mess out of this guy, and he's done. He's freaking done. All he has to do, people are forgetting that Goku can multiply his power. Goku has limitless potential. He can multiply his power. So even if this guy is as strong as Goku, and they both have the same strength feat, this guy, Goku, can literally multiply his power. So let's just say this guy's universal, and when he goes and transform, he be 2 times the universe. Well, good. So Goku can just go Super Saiyan 3 and he's done. He's literally done. But in this case of scenario, because of the Kai Blast and because of the physical strength he has, Goku can multiply all that. And because, but not to mention, Goku fights on a Planck scale. Let's just say he matches Goku on a Planck scale. And because Goku, while Goku's fighting this guy, he's actually getting stronger. So you do know when Goku fights, he actually trains with that person as they are fighting. In that moment, literally, he's training and fighting at the same freaking time until he reaches his max and his limit. So in this case, if he's fighting him at base form, Goku is literally getting stronger while he's fighting him at his base form because he's training. Because he's physically training. And when they physically train, they Kai gets stronger. So in this case, this guy will be a good this guy will be a good boost for Goku. Real good boost for Goku. And because he matches Goku at his base form, and Goku's training with him while he's fighting, when he reaches his max of training, boom, he's gonna go Super Saiyan and he's gonna backslap this guy. Let's just say the guy goes let's just say that guy goes to an animal and he matches Super Saiyan. So pretty much the same thing. Goku's gonna spar around with him. He's gonna jump back to base form. He's gonna train with this guy again, max his training to Super Saiyan 2, and go Super Saiyan again. So maxing out to Super Saiyan 2 in his base form, he goes Super Saiyan, so going Super Saiyan will be like him going Super Saiyan 3. So he'll be times the power in Super Saiyan like he is in Super Saiyan 3 and just backslaps this guy. Period. There's no way this guy will beat Goku. It's just impossible because he has a multiplier and Goku can literally multiply his power. Okay? And I'm not even going to include Kaioken. So he got up to Kaioken times 25. So because Goku's universal and he says he reached his base form at the universe and he does Kaioken times 10, he's actually 10 times the power of the universe. And there's no way this guy will be able to keep up with Goku, especially fighting faster than the speed on a Planck scale. Like, this guy's done. He rips his heart out. End of story. Okay, so I have things to do, so I gotta go through this real fast. And we have number 3, Reigo Kairio. I didn't mean to butcher his name like that. Probably been over here for an hour. So it says, would be as tough as Cell. So I'm gonna tell you something about Cell. Cell was pretty much an android that he was created from the guy and I forgot his name, but Cell was DNA was taken from the strongest fighters in the DBZ universe, which allowed him to become Perfect Cell, Perfect Form. But in this case, let's read this. It says, in addition to being the main villain and killing all the kill, Reigo Kairio serves in the Citrus series equivalent to Perfect Cell. Just like Cell, Reigo is practically unkillable as she is capable of regenerating along with other abilities like life fiber restoration and superhuman strength. Don't forget that Goku struggled to defeat Cell once upon a time ago to the point okay, so pretty much this girl right here has the power to regenerate her cells. Now remember what happened to Cell in the Perfect Cell saga. Freaking, excuse the language, but Gohan sparred up a huge Kamehameha blast, so powerful in Super Saiyan 2, and it literally ate off the regeneration cells in Cell's body and pretty much destroyed him. Again, people, Goku has a multiplier, bro. Goku has a multiplier, and whatever he trains his base power at, that's what it is. So if Goku and Cell and them came, but he didn't have the time to train, but because Cell was taken from every strong fighter, Goku would probably had to train at a possible 10-year base to be equivalent to probably, because they were taken from the strongest fighters. In this case, Goku had to train at a 1-year base. In a time traveling, in the gravity time chamber, he had to train at a whole year base, or possibly a 10-year base at a at his base form in order to beat Cell. But Cell was destructive, and he wouldn't allow them to go in a time chamber. He probably wouldn't allow that because he'd know, like, hey, you guys are gonna practice under the table, get stronger than me, and in this case, you go Super Saiyan, you defeat me. So in this case, Goku has a multiplier once again, and because he has the power to multiply, she doesn't phase a point at him at all. Now, this basically, he will just spar up a Kai blast so powerful. Again, if he physically trains his body, his Kai gets stronger. So if she's below Goku, in this case, let's just say that she's universal. And generally, Goku is universal. So if he goes Super Saiyan, he's 50 times that power. So using a Kai Blast that powerful and Super Saiyan against her will literally erase the power, the cells in her, and just kill her dead. That's it, just kill her dead. Because Goku can multiply his power. If he fight on the Planck scale at his base power, he's going to be even faster than that when he goes Super Saiyan. So in this case, not even at Goku's strongest, and I just told you, like with the last guy, he could just physically fight this girl in a hand-to-hand combat. So he could train, just to train to get stronger until he reaches his max. He could have did that with Cell, but Cell was just literally too powerful. And well, not because he was literally too powerful, is because if Goku had to train like that, he literally had to train at a year base. So Cell was made from Goku himself, was literally made from Vegeta, what else? Frieza, don't mean to get like that, but made for the strongest villains Goku has ever fought in. In this case, Cell tries to absorb anybody else and he can't do it. He can't do it because he just can't do it. But pretty much, Goku only spars with this girl just to reach his max so he can get stronger. This girl is nothing like Cell, except for the fact of her basically having this regeneration power. So again, Goku fights faster than the speed on the Planck scale, okay? And he can go even faster than that. And Goku clearly, in this case, he doesn't need regeneration, okay, because he's just too powerful. He's just too fast. She won't be able to see him. Like, this girl here is clearly a joke, man. She's clearly a joke to him. So, in this case, Goku stomps at base form and doesn't even need to use Ultra Instinct, because it'd be pointless in this case. Let's give her a highball. Let's just say she has the power, strength, and capabilities of the universe with her regeneration. Again, in this case, Goku is universal at his base form, and when he goes Super Saiyan, he's 50 times that power. So in this case, he hits her with a Kai Blast. That energy in that Kai Blast will freaking eat that regeneration, because she's beneath Goku. In that scenario, she'd be beneath Goku. And let's just say she regenerates from that power. Let's just say that she regenerates from that power because he is 50 times what she is at Universal. If she take another blast, I'm pretty sure Goku would hit her with the smallest blast of being 50 times the strength of the universe, of what she is. And if he sees that she barely held on to that, he's gonna hit her with another one, and the second one will eat her alive, and she'd be dead. She'd be dead. So Goku swiped this girl clean, base form. Alright. So, like I said, even if she was solar system level, you know, Goku trained at solar system level, and he goes Super Saiyan at his, from base Super Saiyan, he's 50 times that power. So the first blast she regenerate from, but barely have, you know, anything on her body. But he hit her with a second blast, she's done, because Goku's too powerful. I mean, literally too powerful. I mean, just can't. Regardless if she have, you know, fiber restoration and superhuman strength, Goku has times that. Dealing with superhuman strength, Goku's basically times that. So if he's solar system, if she's solar system, and he goes Super Saiyan, he's 50 times that power. First blast, she restores from, but not fully. The second blast hits her, she dies from it, because it's just too much power. And Uchiha, okay, will be tougher than Brawler. Okay, so they must have been recently talking about this Brawler. I know I've been talking about like over an hour now. It says, while Ichiha is strong enough, Madara is much stronger as the leader of the Uchiha clan. He's practically Naruto Universe's equivalent to Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. This is a joke. Like Broly, Madara was born an incredible amount of chakra. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, he was born with all of that chakra, like power level up to 10,000. Madara is practically indestructible, have died, returned. Goku struggled in combat with Broly, blah, 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 blah. So in this case, this guy has the power and ability. He was born with, let's just say that again, this guy was born with the strength of the universe, with the feet and the strength of the universe, plus on top of his indestructibility. Goku has fought characters that were indestructible in this case. But in this case of scenario, talking about Dragon Ball Z makes you indestructible because of your power level, the surges of your power level. If that person is above you, pretty much like Beerus, for now, he's indestructible. Until Goku climbs to be stronger than him, then pretty much Goku will be higher than what he is. Okay, so pretty much in this case, like, let's just go with the common basis. Okay, so this guy has the strength of the universe, and on top of that, he's indestructible. In this case, Goku has Hakai. Okay, he will erase this guy from existence. You know what? Let's not even use the Hakai. Let's understand how powerful this Kai Blast is. Pretty much, this Kai Blast can not only destroy the Saiyan themselves, but it'll also destroy the Kai they have in their body. So in this case, let's just say he's indestructible at the strength of the universe. Let's say Goku's universal. Then that means if he goes Super Saiyan, he'd be 50 times that power. And when he uses a blast, pretty much like the other girl, let's just say he regenerates from that one. But when he hits him with the second blast, it's gonna touch the energy in his body and fracture it. Then when he hits him with another blast, it'll destroy him. Literally. Because not only the Kai attacks the physical being, it attacks the essence of the power. And because the essence of the power is at the strength of the universe, it will feel and sense that this power that is attacking it is 50 times its power. And because he's 50 times its power, then the power that is in the universe, it fractures it and pretty much destroys it. That's how anime logic works. It doesn't matter if you're indestructible. If there's a power, let's just say this guy's planetary. Okay, he can destroy planets. And he's fighting Goku. So Goku finally goes 50, so he finally goes Super Saiyan. Okay? In this case, like Goku gets, let's say 50 times the power of destroying the planets, of being planetary. That is not only going to be attacked by his power, but it's also, look at Majin Buu. Majin Buu had a fascinating regenerating power, especially Kid Buu. But because Goku's Spirit Bomb was so powerful, with all of the energy across the universe, like he threw it at Kid Buu and destroyed him. Literally. UTL will be destroyed by this power. All of the characters will be destroyed by that power. Not because of the pure energy. Not because of the pure energy. He's just powerful. Because of his multiplier. So in this case, Goku destroys UTL. And let alone him getting into his mind, because it ain't even finna work. Too much composure. I got 9% left. But we're just gonna get back to the main point. So in this case, because Goku is 50 times the strength of the universe, at Super Saiyan, he hits him with one blast. That blast is not only going to hit the physical being, but it's also going to hit his chakra. And it's going to fracture that chakra, which is going to hurt him even worse. And the second time, in case he even thinks about regenerating, Goku hits him again while he's possibly regenerating, and it pretty much destroy him and his chakra. And his chakra. See, there's levels to their Kai, to what they, like Goku in the DBZ universe, they can take their Kais to levels. So when they physically train their bodies, their Kai gets stronger. okay? And with their Kai getting stronger, they can pretty much destroy anything. They could destroy anything. They could destroy each other's Kai, which gives you a prime example of, if you're strong, you shoot a Kai blast at them, they can pop it out of the way like it ain't nothing. They'll pick up, they carry, like when they hold each other Kai, they literally holding each other's Kais. Literally. Or keys, or however you want to say it. So in this case, because he's 50 times the strength of the universe, fighting this guy, and he hits that blast, it's going to not only hit him, it's going to hit his chakra. It's going to fracture him. And not only fracturing freaking him, but kill him. And basically destroy him. And I don't even need to tell you about the Hakai. The second, the third blast is going to erase him. In this case, all his regenerated cells. Until somebody decides they want to revive him. But in this case, Goku destroys this guy at base form. Well, actually, because I just told you he can increase his power. So when he's fighting this guy, he can literally just dance around with him until he reaches his max. His literally max at his base form. And then go Super Saiyan and erase him. So he can also increase his base form. If he's mastered Super Saiyan 4, then he can increase his base form power at Super Saiyan 4 without even going to Super Saiyan. This is how powerful he is. And because he increases that power 50 times in his base form before going Super Saiyan, he hit him with a blast. He's going to hit a chakra, hit the well-being, and fracture him. The second blast basically destroys him. And if he thinks about regenerating, the third blast, because he's that powerful, erases him from existence. Pretty much. Just to short it. I only got 9% left. So we're going to go all the way down to the final person. Okay, Justice League. Number 1. Godhand Griffin is willing to sacrifice it all if Goku gets in his way. As the antagonist for the entirety of Berserk, Griffith was willing to rid himself of his humanity for the sake of the power, while sacrificing anyone and everyone to achieve what he wants. While his philosophies has endeared him to fans enough to the spark, the Griffith did nothing wrong. Meme-like movement, one thing that cannot be disputed is how powerful he becomes once he joined the God Hand. Okay, this is the important part. As part of the God Hand, he make a tough fight for Goku, but that fight becomes just a little bit easier to handle when the latter has Ultra Instinct. So in this case, I'm going to tell you people again. Alright, when he joins the God Hand, let's just say the guy has the strength. Let's say he has the strength of the universe. Again, Goku having base form. If he trains his base form power at the universe and goes Super Saiyan, he's 50 times that power. Let alone Kaioken. And if he wanted to, because he's universal at his base form, he can times 25 that power in Kaioken. Or times 10 that power in Kaioken. Literally. And just one shot this dude. Literally. Just one shot him. Take him out. Literally take this guy out. And let alone Hakai, bro. Because he is times the strength of the universe, let's just say joining the God Hand puts him beyond, above creation itself. Okay, so let's just say Goku pretty much trains at that God level. Again, when Goku trains his God Kai, he multiplies that power. So he can literally transcend his God Kai to his base form. And his God Kai base form, well, will pretty much read, okay, his regular Kai is pretty much universal. So his God Kai will literally put him above creation. Literally. And because he will be above creation, he'll be times that power once he go Kaioken. So this Griffith guy is done. Literally wiped from existence because Goku can multiply his power. This guy can't. Nobody knows how powerful he actually becomes, but in this case, they're saying that he'll beat Goku in every transformation until he reaches Ultra Instinct. which really doesn't make any sense, because I just told you that Goku can multiply his base power. If this guy maxes at the universe, Goku trains at the universe and multiplies the power at the universe. So this guy is done. He don't even need to fight any transformation of Goku, because Goku will beat him. He'll literally beat him. And if he thinks that he'll sacrifice himself just to beat Goku, that'll pretty much be a joke. That'll pretty much be a joke. Goku will probably teleport himself somewhere to another galaxy. Well, not even another galaxy. Let's say they're already fighting above creation, beyond creation. And in this case, Goku really has no limits. So, in this case, Goku is literally above this guy because he can multiply his power. He'll literally multiply his God Kai, bro. And his God Kai is times the power he already has at how powerful Griffith can become. He multiplies the God power he already has versus to how powerful that guy can become. He multiplies that in Super Saiyan. Okay? Alright. So what? Let's just say that this guy freaking matches Goku God Kai's power. Right? Okay. Well then let's just say Goku takes it up a notch. So he goes Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan 2. He uses his God Kai to go Super Saiyan 2, so he'd be 50. No, actually, it's 50 times. 150 times, if I may be correct. Correct me in the comment section. 150 times this guy's power. This is ridiculous. Let's just say he maxes out to Goku at Super Saiyan 2. Then he's fighting Goku at Super Saiyan 3. And Goku maxes out at 350 times the strength, the feat, and capability this guy has being in a God hand. Okay, so let's just say he maxes out Goku at Super Saiyan 3. Okay, in Goku's God Kai, he reaches Super Saiyan 4. Right? So he reaches Super Saiyan 4. And being Super Saiyan 4, like, Gold makes him 400 times. 400 times this guy's power and this ability. Let's just say being in the God hand maxes out that power. In this case, Goku maxes out. Then, in this case, Goku maxes out at his new God transformation. Okay, but I'm gonna take it down a notch. So let's just say he maxes out at Goku at Super Saiyan 2, and by him transcending his God Ki to Super Saiyan 2, well, he's already above the universe, so he'd be 150 times this guy's strength and feats. In case he wants to get any stronger, Goku will one-shot this guy. If he knew he was going to go that fast against Goku, he'll one-shot him and won't give him any chance in recovery. And I just told you that power that Goku has will not only attack the well-being, but also the ki and the essence and the chakra and the chi that's in that person's body. And so him being in the God hand, Goku will literally attack the God hand itself and pretty much destroy that essence. The essence that holds his power, even if the God hand is omnipotent. Goku is already beyond omnipotent. He's already beyond. In this case, Goku will literally be out of Versal. Well, both of them will be out of Versal, but Goku will be times the power in the Outerverse. So in this case, Goku beats him at his base form. Excuse me. Goku beats this guy in his base form. In this case, all 10 of these characters don't stand a chance against Goku. Okay? So, and if Goku was going to use Ultra Instinct on all 10 of them, he'll pretty much fight all 10 of these guys at their full power one time, at his base form. And did you not know that Goku can also transcend Ultra Instinct to his base form? He could transcend the Kai in the essence of Ultra Instinct to his base form. And his base form will be 400 times the power of the universe. So in this case, he'll fight all of them one time. At one time. So clearly, Goku is the one and only strongest guy in the universe. As far as the physical hand-to-hand combat, Goku is a literal god to that. And they won't beat him because he's too familiar with it. He's been doing that all. I mean, that's Goku's whole point. That's the character of Goku, is to be is a martial artist, man. And so there's not one physical move any of them will come up with to try to even distract him or beat him. Because he already knows all those martial arts moves, man. In case they want to do some reality warping, time warping, I already told you, Goku's out. He's beyond creation. He'd be out of the outerverse. He could sense the power of Kai. So he could sense every bit of these guys' movements, know when they're coming, know how they're coming. Like, Goku's too OP for each and every list of these characters. So it doesn't make sense of them saying that Goku can't beat any of these guys without using Ultra Instinct when Goku really has a multiplier. And because him having a multiplier, it can literally multiply his Kai and increase his power at his base form to whatever max he reached in Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3. That's his power. And because him having a multiplier, he beats every last one of these guys. He don't even need Ultra Instinct. So in this case, Goku wins. Takes all 10 of them one shot. So if you have any questions, concerns, or comment, leave the comment below. Subscribe if you want to. So, like, if you have anything to say, just leave it below in the comments, man. I have plenty of other videos left. I got 3%. I did well. I thought my phone was going to go dead after that. But, you know, guys, I'm going to be uploading another video. So be sure to like, leave any comments if you have questions or concerns. Hit me up. Later, brothers.